I think let's give a talk about. Where are we looking? Let's give a talk about stress. I think we're going to talk about stress today. So, the first question I've got on my list is, what is the most stressful thing in your life right now? If I had to answer that, it would probably be the incorporation of my limited company. That's been a bit of a stress, sorting out setting up a bank account, getting everything set up with the accountant, as well as then making sure that all payments are going in the correct places so I'm most tax efficient possible. That's a huge part of my stress at the moment, as well as ensuring that I'm keeping up with all the day-to-day activities of the business in terms of uploading videos every day. I run a YouTube channel. It's there you can see the 100k plaque over there. If you are here, thank you so much. Make sure to double tap the screen and leave a like. That's super important. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear your guys's stress at the moment. What's stressing you out? Is it something that we could maybe talk through? Is it, this is the other thing that maybe this is later on in the plan, but yeah, is your stress because of physical, is it a physical stress response, or is it an intellectual problem? Because I think the assumption is when we're under a lot of stress that our body doesn't really know the difference between an immediate threat that we are sort of processing because in via stress because we think we're in danger, or if it's an intellectual stress that's like actually physically we're in no danger at all. It's just, you know, something that's there and we need to you know, be aware of in our lives. So it's a lot easier to intellectualize obviously financial stress. Hello Dillian, how you doing? You're battling cancer. Oh my goodness, that is a bit of a stress. I do hope you all the best with that. I was very ill when I was a kid. I didn't have cancer, but it was something to do with my brain. I haven't gone into it before online, but yeah, stressful time. I don't know how bad your situation is. Hello everyone, thank you for joining. But yeah, I do wish you the best. I hope that everything goes as smoothly as it possibly can do. I know it's incredibly arduous and it's non-stop and it feels like it's going to last forever, but hopefully you can pull through and feel better. Yeah, God bless you and get well soon for sure. We're sending all of our love, guys. Leave a like if you want to show some support for Dillian. Today is your last day on Earth. Oh, hopefully not. Hedge Pap, oh, I don't understand that. Sorry, Albin. Guys, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Here we talk about deep topics. So we talk about emotions today. We're tackling stress on the live stream. I want to get you guys, if you're happy to and you're comfortable with it, opening up and sharing maybe some of your stresses. Maybe we could talk them through. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a guy that loves to have deep conversations. My name's Will. My main job is running my YouTube channel, which is over 100,000 subscribers. I think we're on 380,000 now, which is absolutely mental. But yeah, I'd like to grow this podcast channel as well, because this is where we have deep conversations, me and my co-host Connor. And yeah, I'd really are you dogging tonight, mate? No, well, not that I'm aware of. I'm going to try and persuade my girlfriend, but I'm on this live right now, so yeah, I don't have to do cleaning, so don't tell her. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. It's great to have you all here. Guys, double tap the screen. Make sure to subscribe. We're super close to 150 subscribers, and Connor's not feeling very well at the moment, so I'm sure he'd appreciate hitting that anyway. We're talking about stress. So I was just sharing how one of my biggest stresses at the moment, I've just set up a limited company to deal with the YouTube income. And yeah, basically that's been stressful, making sure the account's set up, getting everything set up with the accountant, as well as running the day-to-day operations of running a big YouTube channel as well. It's a big deal, you know, so that's definitely been weighing on my mind. But this is what I was saying before some of you joined. It's important, I think, to identify the difference between a physical threat and our stress response to that, and an intellectual stress. So I have lots of intellectual stresses because it's like everything to do with money and moving it around and making sure you're optimizing everything, and then the pressure I put on myself and making sure that I achieve certain goals and things, when actually I'm in no physical threat of anything going wrong. So it's important for me to think to myself, okay, these are the things that are going wrong. can I do anything to speed them up? No. Okay, well, let's put that to bed then, because it's fine, or it will be fine, or things will work themselves out. Whatever happens, happens. Either way, I should be okay. That's sort of how I've processed that intellectual stress. But I'd be open to hearing some of your guys's. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'd be open to hearing some of your stress stories if you're going through anything right now. I'd like to hear what's sort of stressing you out. I know money can be a big stress for a lot of people. Miss, this is a podcast, a live about stress. We're talking about our response to stress, and as well as sort of physical versus intellectual stresses. In the UK, 74% of adults reported feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope at some point in the past year. That was a study done in 2023 by the Mental Health Foundation. Hello, Omar. How are you? Yeah, we're talking about stress. Hey, Mason, thank you for joining. Guys, if you are new, feel free to subscribe. We're super close to 150 subscribers on this channel, and I'd love to get some more. My name's Will, and my co-host is called Connor, but he's not here today. He's a bit under the weather, so all the best to him. Let's have a look then. So if any throughout this, if you have any questions or you have any stresses that you want to share with me that you're going through at the moment, maybe we could talk them through, hopefully put them to bed. But I think an important way of dealing with it is identifying if it's a physical stress or a physical threat versus an intellectual stress, something that whatever happens as a result of it is not going to impact your actual safety or health, you know. How am I? Yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking, Alt Accornt. I hope you are also well. Bernardo, hello, how are you doing? So globally, workspace stress costs 300 billion annually, so every year, in lost productivity. So obviously, as you get stressed, you start to tense up, and that's not just physically. You start to sort of underperform because your brain can't quite focus on the work, and apparently that has resulted in $300 billion a year being wasted or in lost productivity. So yeah, being wasted and not achieving what people should do. Thank you so much for subscribing. That means a lot. In fact, let's pull up the sub count as well, just so I can thank you all as and when you subscribe. We're talking about stress, so if you are under any stress right now, feel free to share if you feel comfortable. I'm obviously not going to force you to. Thank you so much for all the support on yesterday's short. That was really good fun to film that one. Let's have a look at the current sub count. We've hit 140. Let's go, everyone. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see if we can get another 10 on this live stream. That would be absolutely incredible. You're from the Philippines, you sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got 27, I believe, podcasts out now. Do I like the color blue? Yeah, a little bit. This is my favorite Will Taylor jumper. That's the merchandise that I sell on my website, willtaylorshop.com. Do you like the color blue? Yes, I do. From the Philippines. Awesome. Hello, Muscan. How are you doing? Or Muscan. Personal relationship with stress. Tell me about the last time that you were stressed. So last time I was stressed was yesterday. Was pretty bad, to be fair. I was on the phone non-stop with the bank trying to get an account. You need to go. Hey, no worries. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed as well. Stress about school, does that count? Yeah, absolutely, that counts. It's whatever you are stressed about at the moment. If you're stressed about school, what is it about school specifically that you're stressed about? Is it see you later, Mason? Thank you so much for joining. Your favorite color is black. Awesome. Yeah, it depends what your stress is, obviously. But I would say that is, unless it's sort of deep bullying or you're under physical threat, I would say that's an intellectual stress. It's about bullying. Oh, okay, it's about bullying. So that is a physical threat, physical stress that you're going through. So in terms of processing that, it just comes down to how can you keep yourself safe. So hang around responsible adults that aren't going to join in with the bullying, people that are going to help you sort of keep yourself safe for the hours of school. I don't know what that means, Muskan. I'm so sorry. Kaya Karahi Ho. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so when was the last time I was stressed? The last time I was stressed was yesterday. As I say, I was on the phone every day or all day talking to the bank, trying to get the account set up. The accountant wasn't responding and I needed some advice pretty quickly. And what else is happening? Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. That means a lot. Thank you. We're now at 142 subscribers. We're trying to finish this stream on 150. That would be absolutely incredible. Here to support me. Thank you so much. New topic. What a name. I love it. Double tap the screen, guys. We can try and get to 10 likes. I live in the south of England, just outside of Brighton. And Yeah, so how do I know when I'm stressed? So generally, my heart rate is elevated. I feel sort of a numbness around my ears. And thank you so much to whoever liked. We've hit 10 likes. Let's go. I feel a numbness, sort of a deafness. I feel like I'm sort of got my head in a bucket, is what the world feels like. Is getting revenge on your bullies, right? So there is actually a thing to deal with this. Alex Hormozy has a great thing of, if you ever try to do anything because of your bullying, it's sort of proving that they won and they got to you. So for example, I was bullied at school. It wasn't physical too often, but it did happen on occasion. And I was like, right, well, I'm just going to become as successful as possible. Then at like the 10-year reunion, I can say, look what I did just because you bullied me. It's like, well, actually, no, they've got all the power because they're the person I'm pointing at. You know, if I turn this around, it's my fault. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. Hey, you're back. Thank you so much, Bernardo. Yeah, if you turn the finger of blame around to yourself, then you can sort of accept a lot more and sort of start to move on with your life and be productive and successful. And it's just for you. It's not because of anybody else at that point, which is really, really good. It's not easy. It definitely requires a lot of sort of self-motivation and discipline as well. Can you explain what this live is about? Yes, sorry, of course, if you're just joining. So we're doing a live stream today on stress. So if you've got any stories about stress, or if you're under any stress right now and you want to share it in the comments, I'm happy to talk about it if you feel comfortable. I'm not going to force you at all. I've got a big plan here for stress, talking about my personal stresses as well as how sort of we can approach dealing with stress. What's going on? I am alive, I'm not just talking to myself. That was my beautiful girlfriend / cleaner. Can you explain what this live is about? Yeah, so this is just about stress. What is my name? My name is Will. Do I eat water for breakfast? On occasion, I do forget to have breakfast, so I do have that. I live in the south of England, Muscan. And yeah, if you are new, feel free to subscribe. We're super close to 150 subscribers on this channel, and that I know would make Connor super grateful because he's not feeling too good right now. Let's have a look. So how can we tell when we're stressed? I get sort of a numbness in my ears, my heart rate is elevated, and I'm very quick to anger. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. You're a legend. I don't drink bread very often, only on Halloween. What's going on? I'm just wondering when when we hit 150 subs, and they're flying up today. So yeah, in which country do I live? I've told you 3 times. You subscribe. Thank you so much, Walter. Let's have a look. What was the next one? Do you ignore your stress? So I think this is quite common as well, because it's not a nice thing to be experiencing. So ignoring your stress, but it's important to acknowledge ignoring stress doesn't necessarily. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. We are now 5 away from 150. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Yeah, ignoring your stress, I don't think actually helps anything. It's something that I've definitely done. And it's a coping mechanism more than a method for solution. It's like treating the symptom, not the problem. You want to sort the cause of the stress rather than just ignoring the stress, which is the symptom. Hey, Planet Boy, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here. Today, we're talking about stress. So if you've got any personal experience with stress or you're under any stress right now, feel free to share it in the comments section. I'm happy to help talk you through it, see what's going on. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. We now only need 4 to hit 150 subscribers, and that will make my co-host Connor super happy. My name's Will, if you don't know, by the way. I run a 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel, and this is my podcast channel with my friend, and we love talking about deep topics like emotions. We've spoken about growth, loneliness. We've spoken about my YouTube business. We talk about business in general. I know we've got an episode coming up about how I would go about setting up a business and starting from scratch. I've got a theory in my head that I have tested and put into practice, which is there are some businesses you can start and you can get to £1,000 within the first month, which I think a lot of people would like to know that information. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm going to do a walkthrough in the podcast. Connor's going to be asking questions, sort of playing devil's advocate, seeing if we can get a set method right. But I've done it with my gigging business. So I set up straight after I finished being an accountant. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. That's awesome. Skill issue. I get emotional overloads all the time and it sucks. I get stressed when it happens because I try to find a way to stop it. Yeah, so that's sort of an emotional overwhelm. puts you in a difficult position. It does. There's no denying that. It's sort of acknowledging. So at the start of this live stream, we discussed, are we trying to process a physical threat because we're in immediate danger and that's like our biological response, or are we processing something that's more intellectual and it's more like, so for example, with my stresses, sometimes they're financial, and that is an intellectual stress because it's all money, it's all irrelevant, it doesn't actually impact my immediate life, you know. Yes, obviously if I can't afford rent and whatever, I could become homeless, but you have like a month before you need to worry rather than straight away. So I would say, I'm just gonna have a drink. So I would definitely say, see if you identify if it's a. Oh, thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. Hey Matt, how you doing? We've got Recover Tom. Do I have any girlfriend? I do. She's beautiful and is not here right now. She's somewhere in the flat cleaning, I imagine. That's why I'm doing the live, so I can get out of it. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here. We are only 2 subscribers away from 150, so keep them coming, please. Double tap the screen as well. Leave us a like. If I'd love to see this podcast succeed. Obviously, if we get this podcast to the point where hey, we need one more until we hit 150. Thank you so much to whoever just subscribed. You ate some uranium. My goodness, that's quite a lunch. Yeah, if this podcast starts making money, I'll be able to retire my friend Connor, which means I can get him out of the 9-to-5 grind and then we can work together loads. Thank you so much to whoever just unsubscribed. You're an absolute legend. I hope you have an amazing day. And the other person who just unsubscribed as well, you're amazing. Thank you so much for being here anyway. You want vibranium? Yeah, that's the one. So why do we ignore stress? I think it's to help deal with it. It's stress happens in the moment because I'm in the moment, but not because I'm in danger. Yeah, it's sort of a processing thing, isn't it? I think it's a response to stimuli. Thank you so much to the 2 people who just subscribed. We are 1 away from 150 subscribers, so if you can subscribe, that is amazing. Let's just sort Michelle out, shall we? There we go. Let's go like that. Boom, power. You like my stream? Thank you so much. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about stress. What does ignoring stress allow you to do instead? So it does allow you to put it to the side, but as I said, it's more like treating the symptom rather than treating the problem. What happens if you suppress stress? It's sort of the same sort of issue. We've hit 150 subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep going until we've hit 20 minutes. So we've got 2.5 minutes left. Let's continue talking about stress. How does stress manifest for you? Is it physical or mental? I think it depends on the type of stress. Are you thinking stressful thoughts? Not right now, to be honest. Yesterday was a big stress day for me. Bottle of water. Is that because I'm from England? What's up, Planet Boy? What do you want me to say? Hey, Miller Millie Susie. God, what a name. What a mouthful. Yes, so it completely depends on my stress. It can be a physical response if I get really stressed. Usually and typically I'm quite good at catching myself earlier. So what's up, player? Hey, Riv, how you doing? Thank you for joining. More jokes, no stress, love, live, life, proceed, progress. I love it. That's a great mantra to live by. Say ask. Okay. This is so inspirational. Oh, I'm glad you're finding it inspirational. I'm just sort of talking about stress. Do you also get in depression if someone breaks into your house and takes all your food? I can't say that's ever happened. I did when I was younger have my house burgled, but I was a kid, so I didn't really have much to lose. It was more my mum that lost everything. Is she giving you stress, mate? No, she's cool, man. She's cool. So let's have a look. Why do people ignore stress? Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. That's by Anne Lamott, that quote. Cultural and society pressure, push through, grind culture, sleep when you're dead sort of attitude can actually be quite damaging in the long term if you're doing it against your will, basically. So if you're running 3 jobs and you're trying to sort of take on the world and think, oh no, I'll sleep when I'm dead, you know, grinding is the best one. I'm on the grind, you know, that sort of attitude can really take its toll if you're not sort of allowing that time for yourself and that time to decompress and unwind, I think is super important. Thank you so much for all the reactions down there. Keep them coming in. It's great to see. If you are new to the stream, feel free to give it a like with a double tap. Let's have a look at cultural. So yeah, I've done that one. Personal denial, believing stress is weakness or that it's just part of life. And that is also damaging, because that way it's sort of like treating the symptom, not the problem. It's you're just pushing it to one side, just put it on the shelf, or stuff it down. And then eventually that is going to come out in one way or another, in terms of your attitude, in terms of damaging personal or business relationships, or any relationship you have in your life. It's going to come out in your being. Hey Iona, how you doing? We've got Mankill in the house. We've got Kevin. How are we all? Thank you for joining. Guys, we're only one subscriber away from 150, which is super exciting. I know my co-host Connor isn't feeling very well at the moment, so hitting 150 subscribers would really make his day, I'm sure. I'm trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers over the next 3 months, just so we can... Hey, thank you so much for the subscribers. I really appreciate it. We're now at 152. We just had a few come in, which is absolutely incredible. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's talk more, shall we? Numbing distractions, overworking, scrolling, alcohol, or even excessive exercise to mask stress. So again, it's treating the symptom, not the problem. It's important to deal with the underlying cause, which is usually a lot more difficult, because sometimes it's out of your control. Yesterday, for example, I was stressed about setting up the limited company bank accounts and all of these things. And yeah, it's difficult, because a lot of it is waiting for other people to respond. It's waiting for other people to do their jobs. And you want me to do Blue by Young Kai? Do I know Demon Slayer? I don't. I'm thinking I should probably look into it though, because I like Demon Hunters, so maybe Demon Slayer is the next one to look into. Personal denial, believing stress is a weakness. Yeah, we've covered that. I don't think it is a weakness. Stress, it's not. It's a response to a stimulus, the same as most things. Thoughts on Adderall? Practically speaking, great for concentration, just don't get addicted. Probably not the advice I should give. It's really good anime. Okay, awesome. I'll check it out. You got 22.9k subs. Awesome. I've got over 100,000. That's my subscriber plaque. That's my main channel. I'm on this one because I'm trying to get my friend Connor some in. My name's Will. My friend Connor. We run this channel. This is a podcast channel about deep thought conversation. And basically, I want to retire him from the 9-to-5 grind and get him onto the dark side of YouTubers. Hunter x Hunter is an amazing anime. Also, I'll check all of these out. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Let's have a look at consequence of ignoring stress. Personal, you can have health breakdowns, depression, and strained relationships. So I think I've already said those. Hello from Scotland. Hello, I'm from the south of England. So we're coming from quite some distance. I don't know how many miles that is. Maybe that's 800 miles. Could be. I don't know. The dark side. Yeah, like Star Wars. All of us over here making money from YouTube. Let's have a look. The next one is professional. So if in your professional life, if you're feeling stressed, you're more likely to make errors, more likely to be absent from work. So you don't turn up, or you're there, but you're very vacant when you're there. Then you've got disengagement. So yeah, you're not really engaging with your work. You're not performing at the best of your ability. Your name's Fraser. Hey Fraser, how you doing? My girlfriend is flirting with you. I doubt it. She's in the kitchen and she's never happier. Let's have a look at what's in here. We've got career derailment. Yes, you could even go as far as to be so unproductive that you lose your job and you get sent on a completely different path just because of the stress. So that's really worth bearing in mind. It's trying to process the core issue of the stress rather than treating the symptom. Longer term, chronic illness, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and anxiety disorders have all been shown to have a increased likelihood of occurring when you are dealing with great amounts of stress for a long extended period of time. When did I start streaming? 24 minutes ago, and I will be coming off very soon. I'm going to do another segment on stress over the next coming days, but yeah, super excited about how this channel's going. Hello, Olive. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, if you are new, feel free to subscribe. We're doing super well. As I say, right now, my co-host isn't feeling the best. He's a bit under the weather, so I know getting a few more subscribers would make his day. Burnout is a super big part of stress. So if you are overwhelmed constantly, then you are going to feel burnt out. And the symptoms of burnout, I actually looked them up the other day. I think I've probably got them written down somewhere. Let's pull them up, shall we? I think... Is it in here? Yeah. Burnout from self-employed work can definitely creep up on you, especially when you're juggling a lot on your own. Some common symptoms include feeling constantly exhausted or drained, even after resting. So I felt like that the other day, right? Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. Have a lot of trouble motivating yourself to get started on tasks you usually enjoy. So when you're self-employed, you usually are quite motivated because you've chosen to do this thing. Everything is on you. You've decided what type of business to set up, how you're going to run it, what you're going to do that day. So not being able to motivate yourself to, or not wanting to do those things is a real problem, because like you should love to do it, you know. And then maybe feeling a bit detached or cynical about your work. So actually start to build up a bit of hatred towards what you've got to do, and put up a mental block on, I don't actually want to do this anymore. Like, this is just too much. And then you might notice you're also more irritable or find it harder to focus. That's definitely me. All of those, that was me the other day. I think a big part of it is acceptance. Like, I've probably been going, I don't know how many days on the trot. Well, I've uploaded well over 120 days in a row on my channel now. I might have even done a year. I don't know. I upload every day. That's generally, if I miss one, it's a bad day. But yeah, so when you're going constantly and there's no time to take your foot off the gas, you really need to sort of build in that time. So if I make a shorter day. So if hey Asis, how you doing? Bro, I've got to go now. By the way, when you stream again, probably tomorrow. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. When will you be live again? Yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow. Or I'll try my best to, or I'll get Connor to come on if he's feeling a bit better. I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, allowing that time to rest and acknowledging, okay, I'm just going to make a video and that's it. I'm not going to do any admin. I'm not going to do any additional planning or filming any extra videos. I'm just going to do the bare minimum today because I realize that I need rest, and accepting that. And that's fine, you know, because it might allow you, just after a day of rest, to then go again for 30 days in a row. You just might be able to do that. And especially if you're motivated because you love what you do, it's an important part of the equation for sure. Warning signs: constant fatigue even after rest. Oh, he's got it all written here. Feeling detached or cynical about your work. Yeah. Reduced productivity, brain fog, irritability. Yeah. Physical symptoms include headaches, insomnia, weakened immunity. Emotional signs: a loss of joy, like feeling hopeless, hopelessness. And what signs do what you recognize? Like, if you've got anything else to add to the conversation, feel free to subscribe as well. We're doing super well for subscribers. And yeah, hey Destiny, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, be really interested to know if you guys have any sort of questions, or if there's any stresses you're happy sharing in the comments section. I'd be happy to help talk that through. We can maybe see if there's a better way to process it. I think my number one piece of advice for dealing with stress is identifying if it's a physical stress or an intellectual stress. So what is the cause? I'm 25 years old. I run a YouTube channel with over 100,000 subscribers. I think we've just hit 380,000, which is crazy. My name's Will, and yeah, I'm on this one. I love this channel. This is a podcast channel about deep conversation. So we talk about different emotions. We talk about, what else do we talk about? Talk about growth, loneliness. We've done, I think we've got one coming up on integrity. We talk about business. So obviously I run a successful business self-employed. I've run two. So I've got a gigging business where pubs hire me to play guitar and sing. So I built that up from nothing, and then I also run the YouTube business as well. On top of that, I run my merchandising site. Hello, thank you so much for subscribing, whoever that was. You're an absolute superstar. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, it's all pretty pretty exciting stuff. And another one, thank you so much for subscribing. We are 3 away from 160 subscribers. So if you could subscribe and help boost this channel, that would be absolutely incredible and much appreciated. As I say, hey, we got another one. Thank you so much. As I say, my co-host isn't feeling very well at the moment, so it will make him absolutely amazed to see how many subscribers we've gained just in this live stream. It's incredible. Hey, Caster, how are you?
I need you to jump on the recycling bin.
Jump on the recycling bin? Okay. Guys, I've got to go. I love you all. Bye.